going on, everybody? Happy Monday and welcome back to the Sharp Sports Report. It is Monday, July 13th. Hope you guys had a great weekend. The World Cup has been fantastic. Heartbreaker for Norway as they lost to England over the weekend. Argentina still looks good. Spain and France start their match tomorrow, and I believe the other one is Wednesday. But man, the NBA still has been all over the news with Summer League kicking off and a huge deal that just kind of shook up the entire NBA. You know, processing a few of the isolated deals, six teams decided to link arms and execute one of the most incredible, complex, multi-layered mega trades this league has ever seen. The details hit the wire, the cap sheets are hard capped at the first apron, and the moving pieces have completely reconfigured depth charts across both conferences. This morning I'm going to be putting that six-team blockbuster on the whiteboard and parsing through the strategic fallout. Then I'm going to be shifting the attention completely away from the front offices and onto the actual hardwood because, like I said, Summer League is in full swing and the young talent is already altering organizational timelines. So grab your morning coffee this morning, lock in, and let's get right into it. First, we're going to be untangling this administrative web of the weekend. The Dallas Mavericks, Detroit Pistons, Memphis Grizzlies, the Clippers, the Bucks, and the Wizards combined multiple previously reported agreements into a massive single transaction. Let's break down the actual execution of who landed where because the board looks completely different today. The Mavericks acquired Santi Aldama and Marcus Sasser with draft rights to Tariq Biberovic. The Pistons acquired John Collins, Taurean Prince, and Gary Harris, and they generated a $15 million trade exception. The Grizzlies get Isaiah Stewart, D'Angelo Russell, AJ Johnson, and the Warriors' 2030 first, top 20 protected, and 3 second-rounders. The Bucks get Khris Middleton and 2 future second-rounders plus some cash. And the Wizards get Khris Middleton and a 2033 second-round pick from Dallas. When you look at the macro layout of this trade, 3 specific winners emerge from a structural perspective. First is going to be the Dallas Mavericks. They gave up minimal draft capital to inject functional high IQ depth into their roster. Getting Aldama's front court spacing and Sasser's perimeter punch completely solidifies their second unit without clogging their long-term books. Second, I'm going to be taking the Pistons because they ran an absolute clinic on maximizing space. They absorbed John Collins via sign and trade on a 3-year, $51 million deal, flank him with veteran wing depth in Gary Harris and Taurean Prince, and they still managed to generate a massive $15 million trade exception by routing Isaiah Stewart out of Detroit. And finally, I'm going to say the third team who benefited from this trade is the Memphis Grizzlies. You know, their swap out of Aldama for beef stew take on D'Angelo Russell's contract using their available room and pocket a heavily coveted 2030 Warriors top 20 protected first-round pick from Dallas. It's a masterful game of asset management across all 6 war rooms, and it effectively hard caps every single team involved at the $209 million first tax apron. It's an administrative masterpiece. This was probably one of the smartest big deals I honestly have ever seen. And let alone, I think this is the first time I've seen 6 teams involved in such a trade or just working together. It's kind of insane when you really look at it. You know, but while the executives were grinding out this trade language, the rookies and sophomores have been putting on real film in, the California Classic and Salt Lake circuits. So let's talk about the guys living up to the absolute billing right now. And if you had any doubts about how Cam Boozer would handle the physical transition to the pro level, his opening minutes for the Grizzlies completely answered the bell. The game looks incredibly slow to him. He isn't rushing his look in the low post. His contact absorption on downhill drives is already at a veteran level, and his short roll playmaking metrics are completely elite. He commands the interior and dictates the pace of the floor the second he checks in. And then you have Darryn Peterson over in Utah, who is exactly showing why scouts were projecting him as a perimeter backcourt superstar, or as a premier backcourt superstar, His poise in middle pick and roll situations is flawless. He has an unhurried physical deceleration game that makes it impossible for perimeter defenders to speed him up or push him off his spots. His pull-up jumper looks completely natural, and his comfort level operating as a primary decision maker is a massive structural win for Utah's developmental timeline. But as a coach, what I love most about July is digging past the top lottery names and finding the players executing specific high-level basketball functions. Look at what the Oklahoma City Thunder are putting on film with Adai Mara and Bennett Sturts. Mara is a massive 7'3" presence, but his value isn't just his height. It's his high post passing geometry. He processes weak side cutters instantly, and pairing him with Sturts, who is a young, brilliant, unselfish connector guard out of Iowa, gives OKC a summer league execution level that looks like a regular season offense. They are completely pick and rolling teams to death in the summer league right now. And then we have to look at the other Western Conference team, San Antonio. The Spurs' developmental blueprint is hitting every single metric. Their second-round guard, Jacoby Gillespie, Jesus, has been an absolute pest at the point of attack, playing physical 94-foot defense. And Tyrese Reed Jr. is anchoring their low-post shell beautifully. The Spurs targeted raw size and defensive length during the transaction window. And seeing Reed protect the rim and run lanes alongside Gillespie shows that San Antonio's defensive identity is uniform from the top of the roster all the way down to the summer circuit. The execution has been incredibly clean for the Spurs. But it's been a great summer league so far, and we will be transitioning this podcast to more college football here in the next couple of weeks. But listen, the trade documents are filed. The summer league courts are on fire, and the infrastructure of the new NBA season is officially taking shape. Who do you think won the massive 16 trade block, and which rookie or sophomore has popped the most on your TV screen over the weekend? Drop your evaluations below. Would love to hear you guys' comments on this. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on Spotify and YouTube so you never miss an episode. Throughout the week, I'll be dropping some videos and whatnot on our TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube pages. And remember, I'm going to be cutting this down, so episodes will be coming out Monday morning and Thursday morning. But I appreciate all your guys' help and all your guys' feedback. It's been fantastic. Appreciate you guys starting your week with me. Keep grinding, keep studying the tape, and I'll catch you on Thursday morning. You guys have a great start to your week.